The man accused of killing rapper Takeoff bonded out of jail. This is a story you saw first here on ABC 13. And our Charlie Etienne is live now. Charlie, the attorney had said repeatedly he could not make this bail.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Jacob. I mean, his bond was lowered from $2 million to $1 million, and defense attorneys said that still was incredibly high. But we've learned that Patrick Clark, the suspect, has posted that bond and is now out of custody. So part of his bond conditions is that he must remain at his parents' home located on the far east side of Houston, and he also cannot have any contact with the family of the victim, the family of the rapper known as Takeoff. And so it's been about 2 months since Kirshnick Ball was fatally shot outside of a bowling alley here in downtown Houston. Clark is the only suspect charged with his murder, and he did post that $1 million bond yesterday. So this comes after court hearings where his defense attorney, Leticia Quinones, argued that a bond higher than $300,000 was simply too much and pretty much impossible for Clark or his family to be able to afford. So initially, Clark's bond was set at $2 million right after his arrest. Meanwhile, prosecutors say Clark's work as a local DJ and a strip club promoter deals largely in cash, so it's really hard to determine how much money he actually has access to. They also raise concerns over him being a possible flight risk if he is not in custody. Well, Clark's bond never dropped below $1 million, and his attorney at the time expressed her frustration.
I have a lot of respect for Judge Hill, but he's a human being too. And so I believe that there are a lot of factors that went into this consideration and to this decision. And I think just to be frank, I think the high profile nature of it and all the media attention that it's getting had a lot to do with it.
And another bond condition for Clark is that he did have to give up his passports to the court, and he is due back in court on March 9th. Charlie Etienne, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Yo, 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 it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back, another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and first and foremost, once again, I want to send prayers, condolences, and uplifting spirits to the entire family of Takeoff. He was shot and killed out here in Houston, Texas, November 1st, 2022. It's a little bit over 2 months now, but they are still waking up with that pain, that loss, that moment that they got that phone call. Most definitely, Quavo was right there on the scene, watching his nephew take his last breaths in that moment, and that's a traumatic thing to see and go through. Most definitely, Offset, the entire Migos team, staff, QC, the label, and also the family and friends who know him as more than just Takeoff the rapper. They know him as Kirshnick. They know him as somebody they grew up with, talked to, hugged. Most definitely, prayers and condolences to all of them. And Quavo actually just released a song that was deep, man, and it got that vibe on it, like you can hear the pain in it, and it just came out last night. So prayers and condolences to them, and long live the last rocket Takeoff legend forever in music, period. Made his stamp at his mark, most definitely. Now, ABC 13, this is where the write-up is coming from, and I'm going to read the write-up in a second. I'm going to have the links in the description. But they made an arrest. We saw that news get announced, and it came out to be Patrick Clark, a DJ out here in Houston by the name of DJ Pat. The news was all over the place. They said that they had the evidence and everything like that to arrest him. He has now maintained his innocence, though, and I stand on that as a person that does media, innocent until proven guilty, till we see everything come out. But they were having a lot of back and forth about his bond and how they were going to handle it. Would he be given a bond, which he was given one? They had to set at a higher price. They started going back and forth on that. Money amounts, as in, hey, his cash amount can't be made and determined because he is a DJ. Well, now the news hit and said this, that he was released last night on bond. And the write-up says, this comes after Clark's defense team tried to have his bond lowered to $300,000, saying the suspect could not come up with the cash to get out. Initially, Clark's bond was set at $2 million, but Judge Josh Hill agreed to lower it to $1 million. Hill ruled that previous statements made by Clark indicated that he could pay a $1 million bail and that there are bail bond companies that would take on that risk. Kirsten Kari Ball, known professionally as Takeoff, was shot to death in the early morning hours of November 1st outside a bowling alley in downtown Houston. Police said he was in a crowd of people and an innocent bystander near an argument over a dice game. While Clark maintains his innocence, detectives said he had a gun in one hand and a wine bottle in another when he was caught on camera firing his weapon. Those bullets allegedly struck Takeoff. Fingerprints on that wine bottle are what detectives say helped identify Clark to authorities. Prosecutors claim Clark searched for information about the case online, also searched his name and age in relation to the case. His attorney claims he did not know he was the prime suspect in the rapper's death. So we have to wait and see now. Innocent until proven guilty. He's going to have a court date, has to appear back in March 9th, and we'll see how everything works up with this trial, and I'll keep y'all updated. Overall, man, the worst thing about this is we lost another rapper, bro, another person, another human. And that's what we got to avoid as a people, my nigga. Taking each other out, getting to the point where guns got to get pulled. Let's drop the egos. Let's do our best, man. Ain't nobody perfect but life, bro. This is the most precious thing. And we getting it taken away, whether it be innocent bystanders, intentional kills and things of that nature, bro. Let's get past this, because the families get affected the most, bro. The families get affected the most. In life, bro, we throwing these things away too much, too often now in this game. Most definitely. Let's communicate, bro. Let's talk to each other. Let's go to the side, take a breather. Let emotions calm down before we get to this point where guns got to get pulled in any situation across the globe, man. Tell me what y'all think, man. We got more stuff coming, more videos, all at 1,000 for sure. Fly high, take off once again, man.